right, everyone, welcome to a Thursday night holiday special Down and Dirty Tricks live feed. Let's see what we got going on here. We got a few people coming in on the YouTube side and a few people coming in on the Facebook side. Mr. Leahy's over there. How you doing, sir? Cool. Let's get things rocking and rolling here. Let's see what we got going on. We got a little fun tonight, a little holiday spirit type painting, or anti-holiday, depending how you want to look at it. So we are going to do the Grinch. I figured, what the heck, it is that time of year. Might as well have a little fun, do something I used to paint the hell out of years back.
Really?
Yeah, for most of you. So most of you know, a lot of you know that I started airbrushing t-shirts back in the day. And when I used to work at the malls doing t-shirts, the Grinch was one of our stock shirts we painted tons of. And pretty much got a version of this Grinch, not as intricate as this, but a respectable Grinch down to 2.5 minutes, start to finish, full color. And so basically the rule was we were standing around, we would just paint the Grinch and make stock shirts. So when someone came up and wanted a shirt, all we have to do is put the name on it and a few embellishments and ship it. So I used to do a lot of the Grinch. I can still do it on my head. But this one I did a little bit, made it a little cooler. I saw this really, really cool 3D sculpt of the Grinch that's available on like GameBody.com, which is for like 3D printers. It's a really cool sculpt that has a sinister looking Grinch like this. So, I looked at that and then kind of mixed it with what I used to do back in the day, and then, made up the hand, just kind of made a new arrangement of it. And, so just wanted to keep it simple, keep a fun feed tonight. I'll give you a quick breakdown of, this really isn't, like I said, it's not really a how-to. I mean, it is. My kind of goal with these, like the Viking feed and this one, is just to show you how to go from your own paper drawing, your own sketch, and how to get it onto the surface and then paint it, not, have everything kind of laid out, as a replica of this. I wanted something that's more to show you how to kind of work from your own drawings, your own paper drawings. So that's kind of how I approach the Viking ones, how I approach this. And if you saw the little snippet ahead of this one, the little short is how I did it. Same as the Viking one, I just used I think I used a 6B pencil, lead, and I just did the back side of the paper, covered it, and just covered the whole back and got it on there, kind of rubbed it with a cloth so it was more even, and then used it as graphite paper and transfer paper as opposed to like a Sorel or something like that. I'm actually starting to like this way better than Sorel. It leaves less materials, less material back, and it's really, really fine cut. Let me see if I can kind of get you in a little closer here. And you can see that, it's basically nice pencil line as opposed to Sorel, which can get a little thick. So this is really thin. So it works out great. Just, a little graphite pencil. And, I think this was it was either a 4 or 6B. You can do a 2B. It just takes a little bit more pressure. But, and that's it. So that's how I transferred it. So I just did the back, put it on there, just used an ink pen just like the last Viking one and transferred the image on there.
Steve Leahy's here.
Mr. Leahy's in the house on both of them. Steve's on both sides.
He said he was going to throw food at Carl.
Yeah, throw food at Carl. Awesome.
Because Carl said that he made it to the adults table.
The adults table. Nice. Good job, Carl. Welcome to the feed. This one brought to you by, not really brought to you by, but Maker's Mark.
Imagine getting sponsored by a bourbon company.
Oh, dude, I would totally take sponsorship
amazing.
from bourbon companies. I do a different bourbon or alcohol each week just for the fun of it. Why not? So let's see who we got in the house before. See who I got in the house tonight before I get started. Oh, okay, so we got Michelle's in the house. What's up, Michelle? Gary. We got Carl. We got Max. What's going on, Max? Steve. We got Honey. We got another Steve. JJ Customs. Yeah, a lot of people in here. Thanks for coming in, guys. Oh, do we have Yogurt Slinger in here? I think, yes, we do. Best name ever. Nameless subscriber, also a good name. All right, so let's get started here. We got a few people over on the Facebook side. We got a dozen people over there. If you guys want, if you click that link in the description, or Kaylee can pin a link, that'll get you to the 4K live feed, which has all the camera angles and all the fun stuff.
I'm way ahead of you. I knew that before we even dropped the title screen.
Thank you, Kaylee. So, Mr. Costello, how you doing, Jim? All right, so what I'm going to do is just kind of keep it simple here. I'm going to do like a black and gray image here. I'm going to color the background, color the Christmas ball, just to kind of get some cool contrast. What I'm using for colors, I have a lime green, I have like a vermilion color for in the background, and my detailed color that I'm doing is illustration moss green and illustration black mixed together. I want kind of this green tone color. I got a little 40-50 in it, a little 40-11 reducer, which I'll probably tweak a little bit more in there. I'm getting nice lines. So that's what I got there for the main, and then I got some red and some white, and I got a few other little colors here we'll add in. So, first color, I want to get this background, and I don't think Gerald's here yet, so we're going to do Gerald's favorite color.
Oh, he should not tune into this.
Favorite color.
So
actually,
bad.
Speaking of Gerald, I want to bring up Fisheye. Check out this new logo from Fisheye Filter. This is awesome.
Wait.
So the Fisheye.
I don't recognize it because it's different. Wait.
Yes, but the same number as last
13.
week, Kelly. There we go. Number 13. Bring up key number 13.
Right.
The new Fisheye Filter logo. That logo was done by Gerald Mendez. It is bitchin'. It's really awesome. And want to get it on there. So it's the first time it's used on my feed. For those of you who don't know, Fisheye Filter is an amazing, basically, moisture and contaminant trap for your airbrushes, your spray guns, or tools and equipment. It catches everything. If something's going to get through it, it'll shut off and won't let you get anything through your machines or your guns. Best filter on the market. Blue, thank you very much. Much appreciated. Yes, man, Gerald did kill it on that logo. It is awesome. And I look forward to using it more. I got to get Kenny. Kenny's got to do shirts, man. He's got to do shirts. And with that, we'll bring up some of the other sponsors here. And guys that support us and what we like to use. I want to give a shout out to them. And we'll get this thing going. Blue, I really appreciate that. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the tip. So what I did is, I talked about it earlier. This is my drawing. I printed it the size. And what I did is I cut, basically cut up the silhouette. I'm going to colorize the background. So I got it lined up here. And we'll use the magnets. It's a nice thing about Visionaire system is even with these thicker panels, the magnets stick through it pretty well. Keeps everything in line. And I want to do a green fade background. And we're just going to make that pop. And I'm going to do the Christmas ball bright red, all broken and cracked. I might hide a skull in there. And then he'll be in black and gray. That's kind of the plan. Let's see how it works out.
Oh, you're not making him green?
No, I'm just going to do the background green. And I'm going to do this red and make him like a black and white. Which is going to be cool. It's going to make him really striking. Kaylee's doubting me. My daughter's doubting me.
Because he's green.
Hey, Scotty, how do you make that one stencil with a hot glue gun? Tried and failed. So, probably did the same technique you did. It was a matter of finding, I tried a whole bunch of different glues from Home Depot to craft stores to like discount stores. And the key was, Randy, to use that like ultra super non-stick aluminum foil. And that way it popped off that. So maybe I'll actually do a video of that on how to do those stencils because it's a really cool process. All right, let's get this background done. And like I said, I'm just going to use this green. This is, man, I forget the name of this green. Hey, Kayla, can you come over here? Grab that lime green out of the rack.
I can just tell you the name.
Yep, tell me the name. It's a weird name.
Limelight.
Limelight Green. So this is the Limelight Green Opaque. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this all in the background. And then I'm going to take the Viridian Green. I'm just going to half tone up from the bottom. I'm just running this through, well, I don't need to be running through my CH, I just happen to be running through my CH. I probably should have ran this through my TH2 or just my Eclipse. See, look at that. That was difficult. Where is the green? Alright, I'm going to do something different with the green. I made this today. So let's start. I'm going to do a half tone. So I'm just going to come from the bottom.
I'm sorry, someone said doubting daughters, gotta love them.
Yes, exactly. A good trick I learned from watching, I forget whose video I watched this was when you got paper stencils, popsicle sticks are great to hold them down. So all I'm going to do here, I want to reduce this more because this is not spraying the way I would like it. It's a little grainy.
How's the
TH2? Dude, the TH2 is my favorite, aside from a regular, like a micron airbrush, is my favorite gun. I use it so much. I mean, not to talk. No.
Bid already on Facebook.
Maggie bid 200. Thank you very much, Maggie. Someone likes the Grinch. I don't often do cartoon stuff. Maybe I should do more. So I'm going to do a half-tone green. Oh, this is why. Because it's green. It's going to match your Camaro. So I'm going to try something for the first time. I haven't even used it yet. I found this online. You all know I got a 3D printer. So I decided today to 3D print this thing. And other people have made them. It's not something I made. I found it online. It was on free. And it's a stippling tool. Okay? So it does. It clicks to your airbrush. Okay? Just like using, like before we do the stippling, we use a popsicle stick and bunch off the sides. This, I'm just going to try it like this. Let's see how it works. We'll do a paper towel first. Let me see. You don't want to zoom in. Let's switch cameras. Let's go in here. Kaylee can pull those sponsors down.
Ah, sorry.
It's okay. All right. So see what this does. What it does, see? It basically clips to the airbrush. This is cool. And this took like 20 minutes to print on my printer. It's a free download from Thingiverse. I don't claim it. I'm not selling them. I'm just making it. If you don't know a 3D printer, it's a free thing. Go for it. It's basically...
Hold on, I need to come closer to see it.
So, back in the day when we wanted stippling, we would take,
it's a stippling tool.
We would take, a popsicle stick and bounce it off a popsicle stick and get those dots, right?
Oh my god, that's awesome.
This one someone made, and I know Colin made a different version of this one I found. This clips right to the airbrush. It does the same thing.
That's awesome.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Yeah, popsicle sticks work fine, man. But I had the 3D printer, so I figured, why not give it a damn shot and see how it works? It's free. Alright, and I'm just going to give it some stippling. Look at that. That's kind of cool. I want to have this kind of have that whimsical, weird feel that Seuss would do. It's a lot of the old Dr. Seuss books weren't full color. They just had.
Oh yeah, they were. They had like those little splashes of color.
They would just splash the color.
I had a few of like the really old ones.
Yeah, so it's cool. Could you post a link later? I went to Thingiverse. I'll try to find a link for it. And it was just, I typed in, airbrush tools or airbrush stuff, and it came up. So definitely, it's cool. Works great. Like I said, and I put it on high-res print. It only took 30 minutes to print. You don't need it. It's just cool. That's why I wouldn't, buy one or sell one.
Nameless wanted to know how much 3D printers go for. It depends on the size.
It depends on the size, the type, but you can get, I have an Ender 3 Pro. I think they're like $300. And you can get cheaper ones. That's a pretty, it's, decent. Works really well. So there we go. Got him. And bag this. Let's see what we got. Boom. I think it's just simple. And I get the nice soft background. And this is the cases where I got a little bit under here, which is going to be fine. But if I wanted to get it off, if I wanted to kind of get this overspray here off, let me show you. I kind of got under here. As opposed to taking white, I could take an eraser. I can erase anything heavy out of it. I just kind of clean it up if I needed to. There's going to be so much going on here, it's not going to be much of a problem. But if you want to, this is a great way to fix your mistakes. If you got a little bleed through.
If that is true, did you see what Carl said?
I did not. What did Carl say?
It's a cool attachment, but you can't adjust the distance for different patterns like you can with the stick.
Exactly. So actually, to a degree you can, believe it or not. But a stick you can do a lot more. And I like using, so you can do this, look, so it will slide forward and back. And the more or less you pull the trigger, it will change it. But I agree, because, with the popsicle stick you can really manage it. But it's just a cool little tool. Like, not reinventing the wheel here, it's just kind of cool. It's one of those things, if you have a 3D printer, print one. If you don't, use a popsicle stick. That's why, I'm not trying to make them to sell or, talk people into them. It's just, I saw it when I was messing around with my 3D printer. I got it back up and running this week. And I had a visit from Jonathan Pantaleone the other day, and he was talking about some of his 3D print projects. I'm like, I got to get my printer back up and running. So I did.
Yes, you did.
I did. I got it back up and running.
Yes.
I made stuff.
Good.
Cool. Alright, so we get a little background. The popsicle stick can ruin the tip. Yeah, I mean, if you hit it with a popsicle stick, David, it'll ruin the tip. But, let's just say you don't hit the tip with it. They work just fine. I do it quite often. Alright, you know what? I'm going to do the red, too, right now. And just kind of get that.
What are you working on? What type? I
Oh,
don't know
so
what masonite is.
this is one of the aluminum panels. So this is like a Durabond or Aluma core. Basically, it's a PVC core with aluminum sheeting on both sides. So this one comes in white. Coast Airbrush has it. Sign suppliers and stuff have it. So you can get them just about anywhere. And so it's essentially, it's aluminum panel, but it's got a PVC core, which just makes it a little bit nicer to... they're actually lighter than doing like... I typically would do like an 040 aluminum, just a straight aluminum panel. And those do get a little heavy, especially if you're shipping. A lot of them. And believe it or not, price-wise now, because before it used to be... I used to pay $60 for a 4x8 sheet of aluminum, 040, and then have it cut to the sizes I want. And then the Alumacore would be like $94. And same thing, I have it cut down the size I want. Well, lately, with all the supply chain issues, an 040 sheet of aluminum actually costs like $96, and this Alumacore costs $90. So it's actually less now for this plastic core. And so I'm going to just red here. All I'm doing here, illustration scarlet red. Again, I should have probably reduced this a little bit more. We're going to make a broken bulb there anyway, so I'm going to have some fun with that later. I'm just getting these colors in now so I can just go and hey, see, all the work's already there. Cool. Jason Garfoot, what's going on, man? Thank you for popping into the show, much appreciated. Let's see, definitely the Chuck Jones Grinch. I think that is a more expressive and better suited for animation. Yeah, for sure. I do agree with that as well. Tape the popsicle stick to the airbrush cultivation. Yeah, you can do that, but then it's the nice thing about the popsicle stick is you don't have to actually move it or do anything. Okay, so at this point, if you're gonna like do your own project or something like this, you can do one of two ways. You can just go in, right now, freehand, and just basically start going. You get that kind of nice soft cartoon look. Or if you want to shade first, you could take your drawing, like I got here. Let's pull up a cutting mat and move these out of the way. So if you want to do some soft shading first, you could take a cutting mat like this. And oops, down here. You could basically do this first if you'd like. Sorry, I keep getting a text beep on my phone. It's Uncle Todd, my brother.
Why is he texting you?
He doesn't know I'm live right now. I'm going to text him back because I'm getting vibration.
Please stop.
I'm trying to say thanks and oh my god, I can't type and do the same time.
Would you like me to do it? I can do it
No.
on the computer.
No. Me and my daughter are fighting. There we go. So look, so now, like if I want to shade, you could do stuff like this and then freehand. We would do a little bit of both here. So basically, we can just set up. Yeah, so if I want to set up everything like this and get like a softer shade.
Steve said he's going to 3D print popsicle sticks and sell them.
We got 3D print popsicle sticks. Go for it, man.
He's going to make a lot of money.
I'm going to make tons. So look, so if I want to do that soft shading, I can. I really want to kind of keep it that look. So I'm just going to freehand away. I'm going to reduce this down a little more. I want it fairly thin. I am running it through the Micron, so I could have run it probably thicker paint. Finally got me those mats. I can't remember how I used to do that. I'm going to describe which mats did you grab? So yeah, so it's just joining. Like when I used to work in the malls painting t-shirts, I used to do, dozens of these a day. And I could do a basic one. Yeah, watch this. Let's see if I can do it. So a basic one, we would do like this. So nose, there's the nose, rat tail stroke. Eyes.
What is he
Can
doing?
you message him? And then we do the hat, blah, blah, blah. 2.5 minutes start to finish, we could do one. See? Still remember it. If you do a couple hundred of these, a week, you never lose. It's like riding a bike. See? Should I include the tissue, whoever wins it? Cool. See? So that's what we used to do, win them all, day in, day out. All right, let's get in here.
Michelle, spend $5 on the napkin.
No. That's funny shit, though. Thank you, Michelle. I mean, if you really want it for $5, you can do it for $5, but...
Why would you want to spend it for $5? Turn your out the disturb on.
God. All right. That micron tip, is that something you can attach the tip? What? I wasn't using a tip on the micron. This is just a regular micron.
I think you meant the stippling thing.
Oh, that stippling? That was just a plastic thing I 3D printed. I put on the end of my regular airbrush. I don't think it actually it might go on a micron, but I wouldn't bother with it for that. Alright, so like, this was way easier in the malls when you're doing t-shirts to do these long cartoon lines on a shirt because you can jack the pressure and move slow.
Ron said, where's his sidekick, the dog? The dog's name is Max.
The dog's name is Max, and he's downstairs sleeping right now because my dog is Max, and he acts just like that dog.
He does.
He is. We should strap.
Ours would look a bit more grumpy, but
yeah, ours is way grumpier.
grumpy old man. I'm checking the picture side. You feel a difference with the new Tsunami Micron versus the Legacy SB as far as the proximity and ergonomics? Is it worth the extra cost?
Well, it's not that they don't really cost any more than the original ones. It's just a newer version, so they didn't really increase the price on them. The ergonomics being a little shorter from here to here definitely helps a little bit with, the responsiveness here resonates faster here than something that's a quarter-inch longer. But aside from that, it's the same airbrush, the same mechanics here, same here. Newer side cup with a basic gravity feed because it's higher. So it's not like a major change. It's just some tweaks. It's just some refinements. Like if there was one in the store for like say $400, one was $450. Is it worth it? Yeah. I mean, for some of the newer things, yeah. But remember, all these parts are interchangeable, so you can put these triggers on the first gen Legacy. These cups work. These work. This works. The only difference is from the trigger here to the end of the nozzle is shorter on the Takumis. And they didn't increase the price on them, so it's just it's what the newer version is. There we go.
We cannot play the theme music in the background or we will get DMCA'd.
No, I'm not. Yeah, no.
You're not gonna get
I
copyright.
can't sing it. I'm not getting copyright violations. So, no. No.
with Disney. Disney is like one of the most.
Is the Grinch owned by Disney now?
Is it?
I don't know actually who owns.
Yeah. I'm looking it up. Monty Python meets the Grinch. Oh, that would be interesting. Oh, it's Universal. Or no, that might be the old one. Yeah, I can't find who owns it.
You know what I want to do? I'm going to make these eyes bright green. They're usually yellow, but... Just got the kiddos to bed. There you go. Oh, Michelle's double video dipping. Thanks, Michelle. You know, I think I need to strain this paint. I think I got a little junk in there because they keep fighting every few strokes. So when you have that happen, I'm dumping my paint out. I'm going to do another cup.
Which green? Or that red?
I'm going to run some water through it. What's that, Kelly?
What color is that?
That's the green. The green I've been doing. The
Which
detail.
green?
The detail green. The black.
Oh!
With the green tint.
I thought you meant the lime green.
It was just running a little bit not good. So when that happens, just take your airbrush, dump it in, and then dump it out, and then I'm just going to flush the gun, make sure the gun's good. And then I got some different strainers here. These strainers I actually make out of a piece of pipe.
How does that work?
It's a piece of pipe. It's a like plumbing collar with threads. It threads right in, and then it's just tobacco filters. Let me put that right on. I'm just going to strain that back through.
London Penco is here.
London Penco, what's going on, buddy? There we go. Now the paint should be nice and silky. See, now I got to drop the pressure. So for the most part, I'm just doing this freehand. I'll probably cut this and kind of drop shot of the chin. But I'll do that after. Give him kind of a furry face. Everyone's pretty quiet tonight. Just got back from the shop. Cool. Had to get a little closer. One little shading here. Let's finish up. I kind of work around and go all around the whole piece.
London said that they're planning on doing some painting over the holidays, if they can remember where his brushes are, and then his next thing was hopefully I didn't paint in them.
I often do that. I wonder if I left paint in there. Well, that's cool, man. Get on that. I think I saw you do a napkin Grinch at a fair 5 years ago. It may have. I think 5 years, 4 or 5 years, probably the last time I did a fair. See how cool that looks with the black and white popped off the color surface? It just has a really cool, that's a really cool look. Well, we got 53 people over here on YouTube. And we have 18 over on Facebook. If you guys on Facebook want to see the actual good feed with all the cameras and better picture and quality, click on that link and get over there unless you're on both. And that's cool too. But you know, on the Facebook side, I don't have this webcam, so it's kind of limited to its quality. Give a little fabric texture to the hat. Yep, when I used to work at the Liberty Tree Mall in Danvers, Massachusetts, man, I did so many Grinches back then. Early 90s.
I'm asking if you're going to continue the Skull Series painting.
What was that?
Skull Series painting. Are you going to finish it?
Yes, with all the different skulls.
With the 6 different skulls.
Yeah, I'm going to get back on that soon. You know, I did them like 3 weeks in a row, and then I figured people want to see something custom. I definitely want to get back on those and get those wrapped up. Cool. Like 30 years ago. Yeah, it wasn't quite 30 years ago, but might have been pretty close to that. Because I started in 89. So, probably 28. Close, yeah. It was 92 when I was in the malls. Painting shirts. And then the fairs, that wouldn't have been. That was a few years ago. I always loved the Grinch. Don't forget to like the live feed. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Thanks, Carl. Definitely like that live feed. If you haven't subscribed. Share it with people too, man. That helps me a lot. Super chats help me a lot, like Honey did. Really appreciate that.
Have you ever tried the Medea Comic-Con?
Yeah, a while ago. Yeah, I don't know if they're even still making them. I don't think they are. They were cool for illustration. They were great illustration paint back in the day. Facebook feed is louder than last week. Yeah, probably. Is it too loud?
If it's louder than like the YouTube stream you're saying, that's probably
I can up.
Cameras.
Let me see. I can up the YouTube feed a little bit if that sounds better. How's that? Is that any better? I want to separate out where the chin is. So basically I'm going to do the same thing I did before. I'm going to use my drawing. I'm going to take an X-Acto. And I'm going to cut this fur here. Pop that out. Now you're louder. Is it too loud? Because I can drop it. I just brought the gain up a little bit. Whoop. There we go. So separate you now. Okay, there you go. See, now I got that nice little clean separation. Now I'm going to go and just freehand that line. You know, it's always a fine line. I'm just regular printer paper, good quality printer paper, nothing crazy. I forget where I was going with that. Lost. It'll come back to me. Looking cool. You know, you can even get in here with. I think I brought a loose stenciler or two down, didn't I? Yeah, I did. That's right. Go here. Like if I want to cut a little shade on that edge or this edge, I can just use a loose shield like this. The old school FH1. Just shade that. You know, if you have trouble getting in some freehand stuff, you know, you can go in and just usually find something that fits. I can find like little pocket graphics that fit. You know, if I ever want to sharpen some of these up, I can just and make the shading look a little bit more cell shaded and hard edged. It gives it like a little more of a cartoon edge. Or I want to get this. There we go. So I can sharpen that edge. I can sharpen this edge. Blue stencils come in really handy for stuff like this. Yep, Christmas fun. So this is probably, no, this is the second to last feed I'm going to do this year. I'll do one next week, but this will be the last one that I have a chance of getting to any bidder. So, which this one's already got a $200 bid on it. I just don't know if it's because it's the Grinch or because it's green. But yeah, I figured a little fun cartoon thing would be fun tonight. Nothing too serious, nothing too crazy. Really push these eyes back here. We'll just push this detail back. Really sink those eyes in. It's the Grinch. Green's just a bonus. Cool. Do that. Do here. Let's get under here. Actually very cool. Apart from the skulls, or is it? See the skull? Well, kind of. Like I said, I wanted to do something more fun, cartoony. And like, you know, as far as a lesson plan, like I wasn't trying to do like a how-to. It's like I was saying at the beginning. It's more how to take your own drawing, transfer it to a plate, and paint it. You know, it doesn't have to be my drawing. The Viking skull was kind of the same thing. Like, you could follow along that. But I think the most important thing is the technique, not the image, to teach. I can teach you the image to copy it a dozen times and have it look the same. But I want you guys to learn techniques that you can bring all your own projects to life. And that's what I teach in my classes. And those who've taken it know it's about the technique more than the actual, like, copy this image. Won't the color cover up the black shading? Why not lay the color first? I'm not doing color. So I'm keeping this as a black and gray character, like cartoon illustration with the color. If I was going to go, I could color over it with candies and it wouldn't mess with it. But this is not what's happening. It's got to be a black and white image over a bright colored background to give that kind of comic booky look.
Layers. Carlson layers.
But like I could full color this right now. If you've ever watched like Steve Gibson paint, Steve Gibson's technique will use all do everything in black and gray first, and then you start tinting with color and bring it to life. So most times it's actually nicer to work black and gray and then add color, because the colors technically, most of the colors in the line are transparent and won't cover over solid black. Not that I'm using a solid black, but. Okay, let's shade this. Might hit it with a light green candy. Well, I'm not going to hit him. I want him. I want him to be basically like a black and white comic illustration from the book. Is what I'm going for. And then just that bright color background. Like if you look at old Dr. Seuss books, a lot of times they were black and white and they had just color splashes here and there. Yeah, sometimes you get a nicer color when you shade over, when you do color tinting over black and white, than you do if you do all the color first and black over. It looks less cartoony that way. So. Namaskar, would this be a bad approach? No, this would be a right approach as if I was doing color as well. It just depends on if the colors I'm using are transparent or not transparent. And it's personal preference, you know. One gives you a different look. Like we did t-shirts in the malls, mostly did all the black line first, and then we did all the color tints over it, because the color didn't show up over black. So if it didn't show up over black, you could do all your line work. There's always more than one way to skin a cat, like they say. Like I could tint him green, I could tint him, I could do the hat right now in red if I chose to. It wouldn't mess with the black. There we go. Just popping it out. Poor cat, what did it ever do? Oh. One way to skin a cat. They existed. That's all they need to skin them. Sorry. Not a cat fan. I'm gonna hook up your Max's sled this year. Hell yeah! Max, we're gonna staple the antlers to his head.
Not the mouse.
Just like Scrooge, the mouse. I'm gonna staple the antlers to his head, tie him up to my truck, and have him pull it down the road. That's what we're gonna do. pocket arcs here. We're going to kind of enhance the shadow, sharpen it there. See, it just pushes that back a little bit more. There we go. Yeah, I mean, it just helps make it smoother and faster. So, if you've already drawn it once and you're working from a photo, why wouldn't you use the photo reference and cut reference stencils out of? It's no different than if you're doing Final Illustration to cut vellum or, cut, registration. I've never understood people get hung up on stencils with airbrush, but they don't get hung up on stencils with tattoo artists. You go to a tattoo artist, what do? First thing they do is they take the drawing, make a stencil of it. Not all, some draw freehand right on it, but in a lot of cases, they work from the stencil. They've already drawn it once, so why wouldn't you want to utilize it?
A super chat.
Thank you, Paul. Much, much, much appreciated. I like the little guy too, man. That's cool. Those super chats really help, this whole process and prep that goes involved in this. So we really, really do appreciate it. And I got to pay Kaylee too.
I'll do this for free.
If you didn't hear that, she said, I don't do this for free. Which is fine. You shouldn't. I'll try to save that one set. I like it. Okay, I did mix up white. The question is, what brush did I put in? Did I forget to put the white into an airbrush? I had some white mixed and I forgot to put it in the brush. Excuse me, everyone. I'm going to take this white. I got this white over here. Take a little white. We'll use a little Neo here. Nope, no quick connect on the Neo.
Do you drop something?
Yeah, it's right here. I want to come down and try to break my foot. It's the cap.
Of course it's the cap.
It's always the cap.
It's always the cap.
Thank you, ma'am. What are we talking about here? Well, green, you can tell me stand down the flesh. You're going to hurt like a wolf. Apple charged me $10.62. Bravery. Thought I had everything prepared tonight. And I didn't. Always something. Well, that brush is not working great. I don't need the white now, I just want it. Here we go here, I want to put a little light gleam right here. Apple is greedy. Everyone is greedy. It's not Apple, it's the state, it's the other service, or it's YouTube. It is what it is. Ooh, I like the way that made the eyes look. Made that little pop a little bit more sinister. Inflation fees. Right? What are we on for time, kid? 9:02. Not bad for an hour.
You didn't give me a chance to answer.
Sorry. So obviously all these techniques I go over here, we get really in depth when I do my workshops and classes. And we have more time to slow down and talk about, especially, you know, the art circus coming up. That's a 5-day class. So 5, minimum 8-hour days. We usually go a little longer. You can imagine how much we get into. And all the little details and all the little... Can really dial into everyone's needs. So if you're interested in taking those classes, we have one coming up in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And that is going to be on February 2nd through the 6th, I believe it is, for the art circus.
Louisiana.
There we go. Yep, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, February 2nd to the 6th. So if you go to airbrushArtCircus.com, you can get all the info on that. You can sign up for my class or Mr. Leahy's class. For the first time, Mr. Leahy is going to be teaching his amazing detail skills class at the circus for the first time. Me and Steve haven't taught together, well, at the same event, not together at the same, since ABU. Yeah, ABU is the last time we actually taught together. So Steve's gonna be there. I'll be there. Rhino's doing the pedal car class. Javier Soto and Joe Vincent are doing their class. Whole bunch of stuff going on. So if you haven't, you might want to come check it out. So you need to come to North Carolina. We'll totally go to your class. Well, it's a short flight from North Carolina down to Louisiana. We have actually done North Carolina years back. It was okay. It was a decent place to do it. There's always a lot of outside factors when we do these classes. Hotel price per night, how much they want, how much the venue wants to charge, all the regulations in the area. It's a lot more than just coming to an area. I like North Carolina a lot. And I know they did one probably a decade or more ago. So we all get to take home a razor blade. I'm not sure what his plan is for his class. I doubt he's going to torture the students with a razor blade right off the bat. He may. Coming together. No blades. The TSA doesn't like those. Yeah, you have to pack it a little bit different. But, yep. But anyway, yeah. So that's the Airbrush Art Circus, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, February 2nd to the 6th, 2022. Go to Airbrush Action. Airbrush Action. That's gone. AirbrushArtCircus.com. And there's more information there, and you can get everything. All your info there.
Can you take it down?
I'm trying to stay out of. Is the camera for Facebook? I'm not in the way, am I? Trying to manage where I am on the camera to make sure everyone can see well. Actually, funny, no blades on TSA. The funny thing, last time I taught at the Art Circus at Coast, a razor blade got stuck to the screen of my MacBook. The magnet for the latch. I didn't know it, so I opened my computer on the plane, and there's a freaking straight edge razor blade stuck to the screen, like right there. Got right past. Oops. I closed the screen and didn't use the computer for the rest of it. Let's see. For me, it's about speed control. I find that my hands moving at just the right speed. Yeah. You have to get that nice flow. And just kind of be able to move with it. The one thing I'm going to do for my stand is I'm going to start getting the artwork up a little higher. Because when I get close to here, my hand's hitting this. So I'm going to get some magnets here. Just raise this up a little bit. Actually, let's do that right now with this. There we go. It's a little higher. Just so I can get down here without bumping.
weights in your shoes to try and get them past
Oh,
security.
no.
They do.
They frown on that.
Yeah, also they do metal detectors. They will find it.
Kayla's dropping stuff. That wasn't me.
I didn't drop it. It fell out of my pocket, which I have no control over.
Her pocket dropped it. It's all practice. Even this, for me right now, this is practice. I'm trying something different. Like, I haven't done just a freehand black piece like this, black ink style, in a long time. The one thing you notice, if I move like this, I'm a little bit too rigid. You gotta get this wrist moving. This is really the motion. So when you're doing stuff like this, you're not trying to like move your hands like a printer. You're moving this one piece in like this. And you're using that wrist. Okay, that's the key, is right here. Loosen it up. Actually, we're getting kind of close to the end on this one. I got 56 people in here tonight. Thank you all for watching. And so this is probably the second to last feed of 2021. Looking forward to 2022. And things getting back to more and more normal. That would be nice. audio amp would go over fine. It's not a problem. I bring my airbrushes on carry-on all the time. They do frown at blades, though.
Steve's back.
Steve's back? What'd you miss? Freaking painting, dude. What did I miss? What was more important than my feet? I even gave you plugs on your class. Told people to sign up, and you weren't even here. Yeah, audio amp won't get you taste. Alright, we are getting to the end of this. We're going to cut this one probably at 9:30 tonight, because I don't think I can go for 45 minutes on this piece.
Yeah,
I mean, I could, but I'd have to really kind of milk it. Or get a lot more serious, like shading and detail in it, but, which we could do. Like, again, this is always that stage I talk about every class, every video where, I could continue to work this for hours, if I want. Or I can enjoy where it's at and say this is cool, let's leave it there. Let's come into the close-up here, you can see a little more. I like this thinner green, it gives that kind of washed out look. I could get in here with like a super bright ink and make it like super cartoony. I kind of like this kind of soft look here we got going. Oh, I almost forgot about the tree. There's a little tree over here. Got to the tree.
No one else has bid.
No, we got a solid bid of 200. Probably going to stay there. The power of the green, they gotta have it. Gotta have weird looking trees for a Dr. Seuss painting. Cheryl has a weird itch. Yeah, because I'm painting green.
Swear to God, if he shows up, it could be so funny. He always knows when you're using green.
He used green a lot. Got like 10 more minutes. We'll wrap this thing up. I'm going to finalize that bid. If anyone wants to get in now, get in now. If not, this is going to go to Dragon Gary Gregory. And if they're still on the final bid, they get to pick the pinstriping color, put a little stripe color around this. And we will wrap up this little holiday special live feed. Just makes it special because it's holiday special. I love that he painted all his Greg's handles black. I have one airbrush that I know he doesn't have in his collection. I told him I'd send it to him, but I'm going to fill it with green paint and leave it like that. And that's how he has to keep it. I don't think he would take it.
Are there any colors you hate working with?
Any colors I hate working with? Not really. No.
You don't do like... You don't really do yellow?
It just depends. I mean, I like yellow for a base color for artwork.
You do use most colors.
Yeah, I don't really have a hang up on it.
What do you use the least?
Don't know. It just depends on the year. Some years I'm using a lot. Gary Mag, you guys still in here?
Don't see anything.
Mr. Barker. Highlighting. You know what? Some highlight. Let's do it a little bit. Let's add a little fun here. Yeah, there you guys are. What do you want for a pinstriping color? Because as of now, you are the highest bidder and no one's jumping in, so this puppy is yours. Let's do a little racing highlighting here. I always love doing this. Put a little texture. I don't think you guys can even see it. You see a little bit if you look really close. Clayboard. Yeah, you know what? I gotta mess with clayboard sometime. I bet it'd be a lot like this metal panel, this white panel I'm using. I think I have some. I've just never used it.
Maggie said, I don't know, red.
Got red here.
I mean, I think that's a good idea, actually. You don't want to add another really random color. The red would bring it together, especially since it's Christmas and it's green and red.
Yeah, maybe I'll do a bright opaque red so it really pops kind of off that. Just some little textures. You can carve out some lines with this.
Oh, that was unpleasant.
highlights. Make these fingers look a little furry. Just little extras. Yeah, I'll probably go in like I always do, and we'll throw some little extras after the fact before I clear it. All right, let's add that final pinstripe color, shall we? Set this thing home. Nice little stripe. Thank you, sir. I like that transition as well. The stippling kind of just adds a little character to it. Love the Star Wars swipe on the camera changes. Oh, yeah, that. Hi. We need the Star Wars like door opening noise that they make fun of in Spaceballs. Back tape this up, put some striping on it. I'm going to call this puppy done. Star Wars or Spaceballs? Or both. I personally like both. I think I saw a thing today, I'm not sure if it was a fake poster, but it was a movie poster for another Spaceballs, which if they do that, that would be outstanding. Alright, that's all covered up. Let's get some opaque red out here. So I want to put some white down first. Just because a lot of transitions. I don't want to build up too much. I'll put one little blast of white. Use my sprayed opaque red, the new Wicked Opaque. Ludicrous speed, exactly. Which is why they called that on the Teslas. Because he loves Spaceballs. Alright, it's almost time for Christmas.
You need to put decorations up.
No, meaning on rock presents.
Still.
We're decorating this weekend. That's what we're doing.
On Sunday, probably?
We're going to do a little bit of both.
What fell?
Don't worry about it. Alright, let's pull this off and see what we got. Cool. That works. And we have the white outer edge. I'm going to have to fix that because I just smeared it because I'm going too fast. But I can fix that. Look at that. That's fun. And I think that is going to call it. Can you grab me out of the skull jar? You need the white Posca. Thank you. Time to sign this thing. It looks like an Etch-a-Sketch now. Looks like an Etch-a-Sketch. That's so funny. And this one is $20, $21. And that will be the last painting up for bids in 2021. I think next week maybe we'll just do one of the skulls right before the holidays. Unless I get a idea to do something else, but I think that'll be it. I want to thank everyone for popping in tonight. I want to thank everyone who tipped in the super chats. Thank you guys, much appreciated, and thank you Gregory's for being the new proud owners of my first ever Grinch painting, holiday special. So I'll go through it, I'll do a couple little touch-ups, a couple little additions. So I want to thank everyone for popping in tonight. If I don't see y'all before Christmas, have an awesome Christmas and happy holidays. And we are going to sign off. See y'all later. Have a great week. Catch me next Thursday on Airbrush Down Dirty Tricks. Have a good night. Talk to you later. Bye.